If you just now tuning in, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and hit the bell. GMS fam, the green room. Let's talk about it. Hey, yo, GMS fam, the green room. Welcome back, welcome back. This is the GMS show. We are here to give you your weekly reviews and news updates on this side of black entertainment. And I will be here to break some things down for y'all, not in the diddler way, but in the simpler way. Shout out to all my GMS fam in the chat right now. I see you, Will Stumbling. I got King Lukey in the building. Who else is in here, man? Let me see who else is here. Stiller Lee is here. Maurice Edison is here. Vel is here. Arius Baby G is here. Glow is here. Who else is in this month? Infinite Umbra is here. Sanaa is here. Zen Master is here. Jan Wind is here. Shout out to my GMS fam. I appreciate every single one of y'all. Make sure that you hit that like button on the way in. Follow me on all my socials. I follow everybody back, do all that good stuff. Subscribe if you haven't. Share the live if you haven't. Let people know where to pull up to, man. Shout out to Team 642. I see you. Illmatic just pulled up as well. We have some things to discuss, several topics, man. You guys should see my tab bar. There's hella tabs, hella tabs, man. And what we gonna do today, man, I'm just gonna holler at you for a minute. Let me holler at you. Let me holler at you. Let me holler at you, bitch. Let me holler at you. We got some things to discuss, man. Look, it seems as though the comedy beef is still stirring up out here in these streets ever since Cat Williams decided to drop his motherfucking sayings, as you call them, his phrases, his ideas, his perspective on Hollywood on the couch of Shannon Sharp on Club Shay Shay. It seems like it's never ending. There's always somebody beefing with somebody, and then you have the beefs that don't make sense, but they just gonna start them anyway because niggas didn't like each other at all to begin with. Now, two comedians who have recently created some turmoil with each other is Corey Holcomb and Lil Rel CLAPS. Now, the reason why this happened is because Shannon Sharp decided to have Lil Rel on his platform a month ago to have an interview. And during that interview, Lil Rel decided to bring up Corey Holcomb because Corey made some comments about a good friend of Lil Rel's by the name of Gerard Carmichael. Now, Gerard has been making headlines lately because he has dropped a reality show on HBO, And it has been the gayest display of gayism you've ever seen in your life. But we don't discriminate, man. You do what you do over there. I won't be watching because that's not what entertains me. All right? But good luck to you, brother. Do what you do, man. Most success to you in your field and whatever it is that you're doing. I just won't be partaking in watching that series. Now, I know for journalistic purposes, people got to watch certain things, but I am not Charlamagne the God. I am not going to succumb to, pause, several episodes of just seeing homosexual activity, of which that I have no desire in watching. Now, I know some people may hear this, and of course, those PC brains are going crazy, like, oh my God, he's being homophobic. No, man, it's just my preference of things I would like to watch and don't watch. I'm not gonna go and watch that series, all right? That's just me. Now, Gerard is good friends with Lil Rel, and Lil Rel heard what Corey had to say, which was he believes that Gerard Carmichael is a industry plant. Now, in my opinion, an industry plant is somebody who is put in the position to win, and we have no idea who they were. They never really put work in at all. They've never put the groundwork in. They never went and did the underground shows. They didn't go shop their tapes and albums, or they didn't go and do the comedy circuit. They didn't do the chitlin circuit. They didn't go to X, Y, and Z places around the country. They just kind of got in the midst of some people that knew where to put them and put them in the spotlight in the right way so that people can actually see everything that they're doing, whether they like it or not. This person can get all the hate in the world. You can be sitting here wondering, man, all I see is people say that this guy sucks, but I continue to see him on my timeline. Why is that? How does that happen? That to me is an industry plan. Now, some people heard that term and they decided that they wanted to use that term loosely for people that they haven't paid attention to, but all of a sudden was seeing much more of because they were putting in the work to get to that spot. Now, that is who Lil Rel believes his good friend Gerard Carmichael is. And this is what he had to say on Club Shay Shay. Listen here.
This brother's, I brag about Gerard all the time. I recently saw somebody say this, and I love my big brother, Corey Holcomb. I love him to death, Chicago OG, but he be saying crazy shit that doesn't make sense. Recently, he said something about Gerard. Now, this is so crazy. I just saw him, and we embraced, but he was being a little hesitant. I was like, but he didn't know I didn't see the Gerard thing first.
Right.
He called Gerard an industry plant. Right, because he said he had a sitcom and he hosted an award.
Just because you ain't got something, that don't mean everybody a plant.
And that's my point. You call, I got a little upset about it because I'm like, well, I've seen Gerard. I did Carmichael show with Gerard. Mm-hmm. Every single night, take that script home. After he leaves the writer's room with the writers, he took it home personally. Stayed up to about 5, 6 in the morning. Had to meet us all on set at 7:30 to rehearse it. That's work ethic. You know why people have success like that? Because they really put the work in.
You're absolutely right.
They fucking put the work in. And I know a lot of cats, I know you're not putting in that type of work. I love you to death, but you're not. And
now, that is the part that got Corey all up in arms because this man basically challenged his work ethic. Now, a lot of guys out here will think that they are working hard and think that they're doing everything that they can to succeed, but some people get comfortable in the spot that they're in and be comfortable with the work pace that they're going at the moment and think that that is them putting, because they have a strong fan base, because they continue to work every weekend, they believe that that is the epitome of working your hardest. I'm not saying that about Corey. I'm just saying this is part of the reason why some dudes will look at somebody like a Gerard Carmichael and be like, oh, he's an industry player, he do that. But then you have somebody who comes up to say, hey, I seen him put in the work. I seen what he did to be able to maintain X, Y, and Z. And then that's where you make the decision of whether or not you believe he's an industry player or not. For all I know, Lil Rel could just be saying this just to take up for his friend. Also, how do you know he was staying up till 5 o'clock in the morning? Were you over there at Gerard's house late at night reading that script? I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. this was said, and after this was said, Corey did not like this, and that's when he decided to take it upon himself to reply to it on his, I believe he did it on his Instagram, I believe. This is what Corey did in response to what Lil Rel had to say about him. Look at this.
And I love my big brother Corey Holcomb. I love him to death.
Lil Rel
Chicago OG.
talking that shit
Baby
in
saying
front of
crazy
Shay,
shit
huh?
that doesn't make sense. Recently he
You know
said
you
something
fucked
about
up, though.
Gerard. Now,
You
this so
fucked
crazy. I
up.
just
You
saw
fucked
him.
up.
And
My
we
little
were
shout
brothers,
out,
but he
nigga,
was
you
being a little
fucked up.
hesitant. I was like, but he didn't know. I know you're not putting in that type of work. I love you to death, but you're not.
You
And
always
it's easy to
boy,
say, hey,
I'm about to eat through your
this
career,
person
boy.
did it, this
5150 Tuesday night, boy. I got your little ugly ass.
Now, you could take it how you would like to take it. It's not up to us, the people on the outside looking in, to dictate how somebody feels and how they react to having their name mentioned in that sort of way. But I don't think that what Gerard said warranted the type of response that he got from Corey, which was him going on the 5150 show and completely eviscerating him. This is how that went.
I ain't got the suspect pass that some of these motherfuckers got. Look, let me tell you something. I'm gonna leave it alone after this. I just remembered who Lil Rel roommate was in Chicago, and how this girl went and put a printout.
Shout out to Sean in the chat that sent the 15 on the Cash App. Appreciate you for supporting in a big way. If you want to support the GMS show, the Cash App is in the description below, or one of my moderators will put it in the chat. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all.
On every car in the parking lot at Riddles about how Lil Rel roommate, and this is facts, a lot of people will bag it up. That's why I can say this. I had forgot Lil Rel roommate had that girl put all them on. She went through all the cars in the parking lot at Riddles Comedy Club, talking about how this month will not stop asking her to play all in his ass shit. Now, I wouldn't say this if it wasn't a fact. It's a fact. It can't be denied.
It's a fact that she did that, but not a fact that that happened, because a scorned woman can talk some stupid shit, and especially if she's wild.
I agree. But see, I can't say it unless it's a fact. This is a fact. This girl went to every car in the parking lot and put that out there. Now, this is Lil Rel roommate. Right. And now Lil Rel real cool with the young boy who getting the fame, Gerard Carmichael. He got a lot of booty bandit buddies. I took that personally when that little boy said what he said about me. He said, Corey be saying crazy shit.
Oh, on Club Shay Shay,
And he said, you don't be doing no work. And I'm like, what is he talking about? I work hard as a comedian. Right. Play it from the beginning. Oh my God. This boy talk about, I say crazy. I'm telling you, this boy got a suspect history, man.
Oh, that was him in the dress?
Yeah.
No.
Play it again.
Oh, wow.
Now, before we play this video of Lil Rel in this dress, I just want to say, Corey has been the person that when he says something crazy on his platform, he will come back to that platform after it blows up in certain spots and it gets traction and he's on these blogs and that blog, or maybe somebody responded to him who is at a higher level than he is, or some shit like that, more famous than him or some shit, or maybe that person hit him behind the scenes and was like, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you saying this about? And he'll come back and say, hey, for people that get mad at me, don't get mad. This show is called 5150. We say crazy shit from time to time. This is what he says. This is what he says. This isn't what nobody else brings up. So when he says things like this, and then when somebody comes out to say Corey Holcomb says crazy shit, how do you take that personally? How do you get mad at that? How do you, and to me, and that's the thing, I don't think he took it personal. I don't think it made him mad at all. I think that is just his excuse to go on his platform to say more crazy shit about people. You can't be the guy one day to say, hey, this is 5150, we say crazy shit, and then when somebody's like, yeah, Corey says crazy shit, be like, nigga, you wear dresses and you take it up the ass. You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean. Now, like I said, this isn't about dictating somebody's response. You can't dictate how somebody responds to you, because with Corey, to Corey's benefit, that man brought him up. But he brought up a public statement that was made by Corey. Now, he didn't have to respond or try to take up for his friend Gerard Carmichael. Gerard, just because he's a little moist, doesn't mean that he can't take up for himself as a man. He is his own man. He could speak for himself. But that's his friend, and he felt the need to take up for him and to defend his name. The same way Corey would when it comes to a Kevin Hart or a Nick Cannon or maybe a RZA Islam or maybe, you know what I'm saying, or maybe a Craig, somebody that Corey respects or who he feels like is his friend and who he sees doing real shit or is valid in the things that they say that they're doing. He will take up for him in the same way. He wasn't disrespected. He didn't call him out his name. But here he is on his platform, the same guy that be mad about people posting shit up on their platforms. Oh, this nigga showing this and showing that. Well, here he is showing this video of Lil Rel on his platform.
In the building, got my nails done. Boom. Got my hair done. I want this message to all you hating ass bitches out here.
Wow.
I ain't gotta be prom queen because I got
This is a wild video, though. I can't lie. This is a little wild.
Here we go. Yeah. I bet you one thing, that stupid ass bitch Lisa better not be at prom because I'm gonna beat your goofy. He with a real bitch, happy as hell. He know I'm thick as hell.
That's crazy.
One hurting, jealous bitch.
You know what's messed up? Everybody has seen or knows somebody in the hood that looks exactly like this.
Right again. Hurting bitch. Oops.
Corey crazy. He said I'm right again.
Hurting bitch. Oops. Hurting bitch.
Now this is
no,
the
he's
part.
not.
That's a
This is the part that's kind of crazy, even more crazy. I get you doing a skit, all right, whatever, you trying to play a character, but you method acting now. You in the method acting stage. You actually grinding up on another nigga for the sake of entertainment. That's not, no. You take it a little too far for the sake of the skit, my nigga.
comic behind him.
Oh, no.
That's a comic behind him.
Now, Lil Rel responded to this. All right. Yes, that was a no Diddy for sure. No Diddy moment. No diddler. No Diddy. No did a lot of diddle like a diggly. No ding-a-ling in this motherfucker. No none of that. Pause. Everything. Where I'm a make sure I get a Cameron and Mace tandem picture every time we need to say pause. I ain't even gonna say pause or no Diddy. I'm gonna just have them pan into the camera real quick with serious faces, then pan out. Then you know what we talking about. But anyway, Lil Rel was on the Breakfast Club where they talked about this. Charlamagne brought it up because now that's a thing now because of everything. Now it's mostly sparked because of Cat Williams. Cat Williams, even though Corey has been saying this for years, the Cat Williams interview went so viral that now it's mandatory that when any comedian pulls up to any platform for any interview, for any podcast, for any reason, the subject of comedians wearing dresses, and it's not white comedians they're doing this with, they're doing it with the black comedians, and that's for a reason. But I'm glad we're having the dialogue nonetheless. Charlamagne asked him this question on the Breakfast Club, and he answered that, as well as brought up the fact that if you're going to play a video of his insinuating or going towards what Corey did on his show, he said play all the videos because he does many characters. Now, this is what Lil Rel said regarding comedians wearing dresses and the video of him in a dress.
You know, I love what Aries did because he held himself accountable for like mistakes he's made.
Mm-hmm.
And for right now, a lot of people don't admit to that. Everybody just want to, like, if they don't have certain stuff, they're like, well, you did something different because it didn't happen for me, so that means you did this.
Yeah, you sucked the dick.
It's like, it's You know what's interesting? Let me say this real quick. I just want to have a meeting. I want to have a.
Also, I just want to say I kind of have a feeling that Charlamagne isn't too fond of Corey. I could be mistaken. This is just my opinion, but how I've seen him move since then, it's either, you know what, it's between two people. It's either between Cat or Corey that Charlamagne isn't too fond of anymore. And now, to be honest, who gives a damn if Charlamagne isn't fond of you or not? I haven't been rocking with Charlamagne for a minute now because of certain things he's been doing. But the way that I've been seeing him handle interviews with these comedians and bringing up certain things, it makes me think if he hears these things that are being said by Corey, and also is he just sitting there with this feeling of Cat doing too much? Because after Cat's interview on Club Shay Shay, he was sounding like he was against a lot of the shit that Cat was saying. So it could be between those two. It could be between those two. Now, I'm gonna be honest, it probably is leaning more towards Cat because of the way that he's actually publicly said certain things about Cat. But a lot of these things Corey has said as well. Now he needs to keep that same energy. As a matter of fact, if anything, he should probably bring Corey back up there to expound on a lot of these things in a different way, because Cat and Corey are two totally different people. Cat will start to go on a tangent about some shit that you want to hear, and then all of a sudden it goes left field to the point where you forget what the hell he was just trying to talk about because he started saying some wild shit. Corey will be the type of guy that when you bring it up to his attention, because he's a lot different than he is when he's on the 5150 show, when he's doing interviews other places. I know y'all have noticed that, mainly because I'm pretty sure he's just trying to keep those relationships, but he has good conversations when he's on other platforms having interviews. If they brought him back up here in this time, which I'm confused as to why nobody else has brought Corey up, maybe I missed it, but since the Cat interview, hearing all the things that Cat said, knowing that somebody like Corey has been saying it for years on his platform, I wonder why nobody has brought him up on their platform to speak on it. It's very interesting, but let's keep going.
But like a town hall with all the black comics. We come in one place, no audience there. Whatever you got to say about anybody, ask the question in their face. Whatever you want to say, Ricky, Cat, would y'all just all sit down and talk?
I'd rather go to the Cabrini Green Projects, and I'd just probably say
we have to make some. I think we just got to figure out what the rules are now, like, because it's just weird at this point, you know, because everybody they just throwing out stuff now.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, we still. You know, I think the argument about wearing it, you know, oh, you wore a dress and that means this and that. And it's like, wait, so what Eddie and Martin, if you looked up to Eddie and Martin and you just saw them doing character
They love using
or
those
you watching
excuses.
Living Color and you saw them doing character work, or if David's playing Maya Angelou or something, that's character work to me. So if you...
I don't like how they use those guys quick. Like, they're quick to use those guys as examples because they know it's quick to disarm a lot of the black community who love Martin and love Eddie Murphy and love their work and didn't really see, you know, and it's not that they ignored it. That's the thing. It's not that people ignored the whole dress part. It's just that their work superseded the whole dress shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what that was. And that's what I believe it happens with a lot of people. When you are just overly talented, some of those things that people see, like, oh, this nigga in a dress, but the movie funny, or he made this shit funny. It's what happens with it. Some of these people don't have the funny behind it. They just in a dress doing weird shit. That skit that I just saw, there was nothing funny about it. It was just him imitating the motherfucker that everybody has seen every once in a while in the hood. Matter of fact, somebody who you are very annoyed by. He didn't play no likable character. He just played a ghetto bitch in a dress and grinded up on a nigga. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't equate to anything Martin or Eddie Murphy did. I'm sorry.
You look up to people doing characters, I just don't understand this narrative of like, that's what they made you do this and do this and do that. I'm like, but I wrote the sketch and I did a stand-up routine based on that. Like, I think one of my characters, I did my hood rat character. That was one of my hit jokes when I first started. So when I decided to write sketches, that was one of the characters I played. I just think, like, if you're gonna like show somebody doing one thing, show all the characters.
Absolutely.
I did like a million. I actually play more old men. Maybe that's what we should say. People that play old black men. That's how you make it.
Now, he said if you're going to play one character, play all the characters. I agree with that, but there is no comparison to what Eddie Murphy or what Martin did and the things that you did with whatever character made you popular in the beginning. I can tell you right now, unlike Martin and unlike Eddie Murphy, nobody's going to ask you to bring that character back because they love it so much. That's just the honest truth. Nobody's going to go to Lil Rel and be like, hey, man, yo, could you please do the ghetto bitch in the wedding dress routine, man? That skit was so funny, man. She's so hilarious. They can't quote a saying. They can't quote a phrase. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's different. If people saw Martin or if people, you know what I'm saying? They see Martin like, yo, the Shadene character, all this other, it's not the same. They don't hold the same weight. Now, as we move forward into this debacle, Corey decided that he was going to go on the 5150 show and talk about his up-and-coming show in Oakland. Shout out to my fam in Oakland. He decided that he was going to speak on, or not just speak on, but this was his promo. He decided to do a little promo for his Oakland show, and in his promo, he decided to take some shots at Donnell Rawlings and also Lil Rel Howery. Listen to what he had to say here.
Ain't done Tommy T's in a long time. I want to tell Oakland something, and this needs to be a clip. Y'all motherfuckers always got them clips where I'm just sitting up there. Hi, come to this club. Make this a clip. Oakland. Now, I ain't been there at Tommy T's in some years. We got it straight now. I want to say this shit because I feel like it need to be said. Motherfucker, I'm not finna do no regular shit. Motherfucker, I'm finna come through that motherfucker with the comedy god type shit. My freestyle been cold, so I've been motherfucking putting it together now. Homie, what I'm finna do, and y'all know the people who come to my shows at Tommy T's, cause see, Tommy T's is intimate. Stage right here, crowd right up on you. They looking at every movement, erection, anything you got going on. They could see it. Whoa. Nigga, I'm finna knock them motherfuckers upside the head. I think we gonna have to add a show Sunday because I think Oakland know what I'm talking about. Now, I know they done had some acts. I can't do nothing about the acts y'all seen up there that motherfucking ain't got the motherfucking comedy chops. There's a lot of comedians who don't have the comedy chops to be out there, but they're hyped up. I'm trying to tell you, the best comedy show you gonna see this year is gonna be at motherfucking Tommy T's this week. And that's putting a lot on it because I'm really that motherfucking nigga I claim to be. I'm the goddammit of this motherfucking game. Tommy T's. Get ready.
Not Donovan Mitchell.
This Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Corey Holcomb coming through with the boot. About to kick through the comedy motherfucking game, dog. Y'all motherfuckers ain't ready for me, man. I done had some shows at Tommy D's. I had to do this when I left that motherfucker because Tommy T's, the whole city come to that motherfucker. It ain't that far from Oakland, you know what I'm saying? The whole city, so it don't be just the suburbs of motherfucking Oakland area. It be the city. They come out there, eat that rough-ass steak and laugh at what the fuck I got to say. Nigga, I'm finna knock him upside the head at Tommy T. You ain't seen no shit like this in years out there. I'm talking about a comedy show where you laugh hard. I could brag like this because I'm telling you, this ain't the shit you be seeing all the time. Y'all go to these little comedy tours and all this shit. I root for most of them niggas, man. I love them niggas, man. But this ain't that Donnell Rawlings shit.
Damn.
That's mild shit.
Damn.
Who you think funny? Who funny?
I don't know any other comedian, to be honest, who will promote their own, comedy show by tearing down another comic or dissing another comic just to up their show that they're going to do. Because if you are that guy, which we know Corey is, that guy as a comedian. If you know you're that guy, you ain't got to tell people that they going to laugh hard. You ain't got to remind people that this ain't the same as this. They ain't going to remind people that this ain't Donnell Rawlings. I think Corey's at a stage right now at the tender age of, 56, 50, something like that. I think he's having a nervous breakdown about his career while also trying to show that he's not worried about shit. Because I could tell he's prideful. And when I say worried about his career, I'm not saying that his career is over, is that it's in jeopardy. It's the fact that he's continuing to see other people become successful and get these opportunities and get their face shown or be on these big platforms like Club Shay Shay or whatever, Joe Rogan, whatever. And he knows he has the people, but the industry continues to keep that door closed to him in certain ways. Like he has his connections with people like Charlemagne, or you know what I'm saying? The Breakfast Club shit might be over with because they hired Just Hilarious, and I know that shit was like a wrench in his problems. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about, imagine the type of things, you already know what Corey has said in the past about Just Hilarious, how he feels about Just. And I'm talking about the only few platforms that he can go to, the only few major platforms he can go to, the Breakfast Club or Big Boy's Neighborhood. Now one of them is gone because one of his arch nemesis now is an employee there. Now, that doesn't mean that he can't go up there and she can leave for the day, but I doubt that it will be something where she will want to do that because, for one, she knows that it will make good on the internet. She knows it will do views. She knows it'll get whatever the fuck attention, whatever the case. Second of all, when people are in the same room together, it's not the same. It's not the same as being comfortable on your own platform saying whatever it is that you're saying. And that goes for both parties. Because I know if they were sitting across from each other, he wouldn't hold back and she wouldn't hold back. And it just would make it just wouldn't even end up being anything but a shit show going back and forth. It'd just be a bunch of beef and a bunch of shit talking and disrespecting, and then it'll turn into something bigger than that because people got family that love them and friends that support them, and then it's gonna catch on to other people and other people that don't like them, and or other people that don't like her, and it's just gonna start. It's just gonna be a huge battle of nothing. But I could see it. I could see it being an issue. Now here he goes on to continue a little bit more to speak on Donnell and Lil Rel.
I'm trying to think who funny. It's about 15 funny niggas out there. Now, there are people with potential, and I believe they gonna get there, but I'm saying out of all the rotation of the comics, it ain't but 15 funny niggas. Phil, you think it's 15 at least? He said maybe. I'm telling you, a lot of these niggas be hot garbage. You're not coming to see that shit. You coming to see a motherfucker about to knock him upside the motherfucking head this week. You dig what I'm saying? Ain't no motherfucker like me. I ain't saying I make everybody happy, goddammit. The insecure don't like me, goddammit. But I'm talking about motherfucker want to come see a funny ass show, goddammit. Oakland, get your motherfucking tickets right now, man. I'm finna knock them upside the motherfucking head, dog. I stand on my show. When I get off that motherfucking stage, motherfucker, I be getting stared at O's, not off love. I get stared at O's because it be some motherfuckers be like, I ain't seen a motherfucker do it like that. It be niggas, ever since I called that cake ass nigga mild, it be niggas coming to my show to see if the show mild. I love that shit though. That cake ass nigga somewhere out there still probably, I heard he got a tour called Black and Mild. I basically created that ugly ass boy. Rel, come to the show, goddammit. We having chocolate pudding pops. Bring your boy with you. The foot sucking nigga.
Oh wow.
Sucking white boys' feet on HBO. You cake ass niggas. I ain't supposed to get along with y'all niggas. I try to get along with y'all niggas, but I'm not supposed to get along with y'all. Niggas fucking niggas, but they act like they like hoes ass niggas.
Now, let's speak on this a little bit. Let's just speak on this a little bit because a little earlier you heard him bring up Lil Rel's roommate. Now, I know some people, and it's crazy because I already saw people misconstruing the whole story because of the way Corey told it, but it's always somebody's roommate. Somebody like Corey knows a lot about people's roommates. I wonder why that is. Especially the gay ones. Why is there a potential or could be alleged gay ones? Why do you pay so much attention to them, or why do you know so much about them? Either way, he told the story about Lil Rel's roommate who had an ex-girl plaster up a bunch of notes on people's cars outside of a comedy club to say that he wanted to beg, or that he was begging her to put things in his butt. And because of that, in Corey's logic, that means that Lil Rel might be gay or could be gay because his roommate liked things in his butt. I just want to say, full disclaimer, if you didn't watch the 5150 show last night, about 20 minutes before this conversation, he went into full detail about how he puts his fingers in his ass and literally takes dookie turds out of them and sets them on the side of his tub when he's taking baths. Now, I'm just saying, for a person to have this type of logic after they just got done talking about how much they dig in their own ass and also taking out torpedo-sized dookie turds out of their rectum while in the tub, I don't want to hear about a nigga talking about having another woman play with his butt and trying to insinuate that he's gay. That's all I'm saying. That happened. Matter of fact, let's run it back on the replay.
Girls don't know how to clean themselves. Do you know in order to clean yourself correct, you have to violate yourself?
That's real shit. You got to go in your pussy.
And you pussy in your asshole.
And people
if you gonna clean yourself right.
And people skip stuff, you know that, right? Like they think, oh, why am I gonna wash my legs or the bottom of my feet? I'm like, you didn't wash your feet and your leg. What?
If you're not reaching between your legs, you're not really getting that clean.
I'm talking about men and women.
So I said
In
Yeah,
order
men.
to clean yourself
They can't.
correctly, you got to violate yourself.
Yeah, you got to reach between yourself.
Well, we already heard many times how much. fun
Remember
he
Bobby
has.
said
Yeah.
he ain't gonna clean himself.
That he's never.
Really?
Bobby said he ain't never been
that
clean.
he's never. he didn't say that. He just.
But he
said
from Murfreesboro, Tennessee, so you ain't got to be clean out there.
Yeah, he be digging for his dookie turds. He be, man, you know, like the claw game, the little claw shit, where you go, you move the claw with the joystick and you hit the button and the claw go down and grab a teddy bear. This nigga don't be grabbing teddy bears, he be grabbing dookie bears. His hand is the claw, and his hand and arm is the claw and joystick, nigga. He be moving his shit up there in his butt and be clawing dookie turds out, nigga. As soon as he get a torpedo out, he be like, yes, I got the prize, yes. This nigga said he sits. Hold up now. I'm gonna let him say it.
I fucked a couple of them bitches.
They
But
all
I'm just
smell like
saying,
hay.
if
Oh,
you are going to clean yourself correctly, you got to take 2 baths.
Here we go.
Your bath water might look like soup
Oh,
if you
God.
do what the fuck you supposed to do. And after you get through gutting out your backside, you got to run that water out, clean the tub, run some more water, and take a bath. But the initial bath is to gut out anything that's sitting in a crevice.
That's
He
real
be
shit.
gutting himself
You
out,
actually
he
got to
said.
suck in some water and squirt.
Yeah.
You got to get your inside clean, too.
To clean your ass correctly.
How do you know how to suck water into your butt? How did you even discover that? Matter of fact, when did you even realize that you can do that? Craig, sir. I hope he was just joking.
Correctly, it's violation.
How do you?
You dig? And if you ain't never did it, I feel you. I feel you ain't never clean your ass correctly. I feel you. But I done got out of water that looked like
Oh no! Oh God!
a smoothie.
Oh my God! Straight up
Because
dirt.
I don't like not being clean like I need to be clean. I like sitting down on my bed with no drawers on and not worried about shit. Everybody ain't like that.
You know, you ever take a crab bath?
A crab bath.
That's when you scoot your ass all the way up to the beginning of the toilet. You kick your legs up and you just let the bath water run into your booty.
What in the hell is going on? What platform are niggas watching right now? We talking about the #1 fruit booty detective now having a conversation on this platform about thoroughly cleaning out your booty hole. This can't be real. And then you have Craig sitting over here talking about crab bathing, scooting all the way up. See, he didn't want to say the faucet because that sounds crazy. That sounds like he's trying to pleasure himself. So he said the toilet. No, Scooter, the toilet isn't located in the tub, my nigga. Just say what you gonna say. You gotta scoot down, put your butt up to the faucet, turn it on full blast, and upside down bidet your shit.
That gets everything out.
I ain't never seen that.
Yeah, a crab bath. So you know your ass up to this the faucet. You know what I'm talking about? Put your knees to your chest.
That's what the bar soap is for.
You put the soap.
Bar soap is to make your ass slippery.
Now here's another thing though you not considering.
It's not really nothing I'm proud of, but the soap is to lubricate your ass so it don't hurt when you dig out the remnants of gyro meat that's stuck between inside your ass. It's like a little pocket. I know motherfuckers, but inside that pocket, it's something that go from the intestines to the pocket.
This nigga know about the pocket in his butthole. Come on, man.
That pocket to be clean, it takes some effort. It takes some effort to clean that pocket. But sometimes you could clean the pocket and have another torpedo. I done had a whole torpedo I caught and pulled it out.
But wait, I got something else on my mind.
Do you hear this shit?
What, D? You got a torpedo you want to talk about?
Something tells me that, bless your heart, because you do all that, right? But something tells me just by the looks of you.
Oh my God, here we go.
No, that you.
You know I'm gonna get you back. Just whatever you say, I'm gonna get you back. Go ahead.
No. I mean, with all, I'm just, come on now.
Somebody say the ball closet. Y'all stupid.
I'm saying
Corey Bakery.
That all sounds all good. That sounds great. All those different steps you take to get through thinking you cleaning yourself real good. But for some reason, I don't know, I'm looking at you and I just feel
y'all gotta
like
see this.
you're
Y'all
not
gotta
that
see
flexible enough to do a proper. Can you go all the way? I don't know.
I don't go back.
He's showing people how he cleaned his ass
I go
out.
under right here when I'm in the tub.
But can you even
normally
bend
I
that?
sit on this
But that
side.
mean- but that
I
means you
lean
have-
this way.
Right, but that means you have to
My
bend.
right side is stronger than my left side. So I lean to the right. And sometimes I try to do it without soap, but it hurt.
I don't know.
So I have to get some soap. I rub it in my hand, and then I make a lubricated ass entry where I could go in and.
Because I'm looking at your move right
It's
now, and it
amazing.
doesn't look like it's capable. He don't look like it's capable. I'm just saying.
It's technology. You ain't got.
Darling, I ain't gonna lie, you don't look that flexible either. I'm just keeping it a buck with you.
Don't try to deflect and throw it on me. I'm just saying.
You look like one of them girls that'll be like, "Huh," if you put the legs back.
Oh, whatever.
All you
no,
gotta do is put a wet wipe on the tip of a cane.
Hey, you want him to scoot?
Did you say what?
A wet wipe on the tip of a cane. You just and
He wants you to rub.
But no, I tried that, Craig.
Craig
I
trolling
knew
him.
he did. I knew he did something. Oh my God! He said he did this. Look, to the
Shit.
side.
Brian Brooks say shit.
Wait, you gotta have a small
Torpedo
size to be
shit
able
is
to do
wild.
that. He ain't.
No, when you shit in your hand and snatch it out, you be amazed.
It's be warm.
What are you
I don't put the if it's a whole torpedo, I don't put that in the water. I put that on the side of the tub. One day I forgot it on the side of the tub, and this girl was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "Oh, that torpedo right there."
I don't want to hear nothing else about anybody of the LGBTQ community after this nigga just thoroughly sat on his platform to tell everybody and describe how he pulls whole dookie turds out of his ass. He said colonoscopy Holcomb. Oh, man. Gerard Carmichael was watching this like, ooh. I need to get Corey in episode 6. Show me how you thoroughly clean your ass out, Mr. Claw Man. Mr. Colonoscopy Holcomb. Glory Holcomb. Oh my God. Listen, man. This don't make no damn sense. I can't believe that actually was a part of the show, but hey, man, it is the 5150 show, right? Doesn't he say some crazy shit? Full circle moment, right? All right. Can't tell me I don't know how to do this shit, motherfucker. I bring so much shit full circle around here. No diddler. Oh, man. Speaking of diddlers, Kanye West, he was on a platform. This Justin Laboy guy, I don't know what his deal is. I don't know why him and Kanye are so cool, but apparently he pulled up to this guy Justin Laboy's spot and had conversations. I'm gonna play a little bit of this for y'all, just so y'all can hear how interesting this is. But we're gonna move through this quick because I want to be able to get to the exciting shit that I'm trying to show y'all today. This is just part of it because I'm like, people don't understand. Kanye is going to go where he wants to go and say what he wants to say, but he knows it's controversial and he knows that it's going to bring in a lot of attention. And usually this happens when he's about to drop an album. But listen to some of this.
He is someone who, in the constructs of where niggas have been placed, you know, Native Americans, all the.
Hold on. Like Metro B. I can't play that.
You know, at that point, if it feels good, you know, I come, you know.
How does that make you feel?
Come hop on this and shit. It's like, here we go, the voice of God.
Yeah, how does that make you feel though? Like knowing you're that great, because you had Carnival that was #1, and then the next #1 after that, then they call you to be a part of what I believe is gonna be another #1. Does that make you?
Yeah, it feels good. You know, I had come. You know, I had to come and do my job. Right when I heard it, I was like, yo, Kendrick shifted the energy. You know what I mean? Like, we brought out Vultures #1, Carnival's #1. It was like it was our birthday every day.
Yeah.
Then they had this, like Metro, what he did with the beat. You know, I feel about Pluto, most influential.
Yeah.
And then you got Kendrick on it too. Like people hit me like, listen to this right here. And I was like, okay, they shifted the energy. It's like we had to get to work.
Yeah.
So I'm up here working, and I just get like the back call or the like yo, get on. It's like, word. It's like,
it's up.
You know, life is made for me to win. You know?
Now that was him explaining how he jumped on the remix. For those that don't know or haven't heard, Ye inserted himself into the Drake and Kendrick, or Drake versus 20 other niggas beef, if you will. And he decided to hop on a remix of Like That, the song that Kendrick took shots at Drake and J. Cole on. Kanye went on there and said exactly what you think Kanye would say on a diss track. He went at Drake. He went at who else did he go at, man? He went at Kim, of course. He went at everybody. He went at J. Cole. He went at everybody who he feels like his ops. He probably mentioned Adidas at one point. I just didn't hear the whole thing. Kanye decided to insert himself into this. Now, one reason I wanted to bring this up is because I heard Rory from the Rory and Mal show bring this up and say that Future and Metro Boomin were crazy. They're out of their minds for trying to add Kanye into this because of how erratic Kanye is and how much of a liability Kanye could probably be to this whole back and forth. I'll tell you this. I don't have to agree with everything Kanye says. I could probably think Kanye has lost his mind a little bit. But when it comes to war, please believe me, the surrounding villages and kingdoms did not stop at asking the Mad King to help them in war because they knew he had the numbers. This is war. And who better to insert themselves into this war who has a cult fan base who can run these numbers up and make all these shits number one than Kanye West. Also, I believe that this is a play that they have been talking about for years now, trying to dethrone Drake, because Drake is the top artist in the game right now. Drake is absolutely the top artist, number one right now. He's number one. And he's been number one for a while. Now, rumor has it Drake has a lot more power than we think. Rumors are speculating, circulating. People like Joe Budden have talked about this on his platform. Him being somebody that does probably know some ins and outs in this industry because of his connections and because of his notoriety. They think that Drake owns a lot more than what we see, so to speak. And then you start looking at these labels and who are on these labels and who Drake has been close to lately. And you see that this all has been a play. Now, a former employee had a very nice job title over at Apple Music. After he left, decided to create his own space. And with that, the rumors are that he approached Drake and said, hey, Drake, I need your help with this. I need you to help me with this. I want to create. He said he wanted to build the Avengers of artists so that he can take over and basically dethrone Apple Music at some point and all these other streaming platforms or record labels, whatever the case may be. Also, speculation is Drake said, yes, I will help you do this, but I need stake. I need a piece of the pie. I need ownership, which to me is a very smart move. That's a business move. As a businessman, and you want to continue to create and generate revenue, that is something that is smart to me. Okay, you want to use my influence and you want to use my fame and my numbers to help boost your artist, you're going to have to give me a piece of the pie. I'm going to have to get some ownership in this. I need a percentage. And then you start seeing the artists that have been around Drake lately, and then you start connecting them to the label that has been signing these people as of lately and recently, Sexy Red. You start to ask yourself, why is Drake with this woman? Then you start realizing what label she's on and who she's connected to and why she's getting so much attention and fame and why Drake is co-signing this shit. Oh, he's getting paid to do this shit. Allegedly. Now, the thing is, people believe that a lot of these artists like Rick Ross and Kendrick and Future and Metro Boomin and The Weeknd and all these people that have problems with Drake, they all knew about this behind the scenes, which shifted people's attitudes and the way they felt about Drake. And to be honest, if I found out that Drake was owning a piece of whatever it was that I was making, I'd be a little salty too. But that's my prediction of what I think is going to happen. I think this is what's really going on. They're trying to dethrone Drake. They're trying to bring him down because he is the top artist and because he most likely has a lot more ownership in things than we think. And these guys want to touch a piece of the pie as well. No diddler. That's what I wholeheartedly think. You know what else I think? I think once again I was right as we shift topics. I think I was right. Speaking of kooks and niggas who ain't too right up there, Ryan Garcia came out to say that he was trolling when it came to him acting like he was off his meds or like he was going crazy. And when he actually decided to tell the world that he was forced to watch kids get R-worded and tortured and was forced to have to see all this. He came to the internet and basically fueled all the tinfoil hat and conspiracy theorist motherfuckers. I said this when it happened. I said the cap in the shit that he's saying while everybody was like, no, this is, you know how the Illuminati is in the industry and you know how this is and you know blah, blah, blah. I'm like, do you really think that they would allow somebody to escape seeing this thing and so that they can go and tell the world that this happened? Do you really think that that's how that shit works? Do you think the Illuminati's plans just all got foiled by Ryan Garcia one day because he got let go so graciously? Come on, man. This is the quote here. So y'all don't think I'm bullshitting. I'm not just talking out my ass. Michael Benson, reporter. This is what Ryan Garcia said. He said, Ryan Garcia on trolling before the Devin Haney fight. He said he wasn't trolling. They made him say that. Okay, yeah, all right. Ryan Garcia on trolling before the Devin Haney fight. We had it pre-recorded with my cameraman months ago. I said, I'm about to make sure everybody thinks I'm going crazy. I have it all documented. I was planning it for months. Or months ago. I don't know what made me come up with the idea. I just decided to go all in and commit to the plan that I had. People, that's on them. They underestimated me because of social media. You can make anything look a certain way on social media. They fooled themselves. Interesting, right? Now, just to go furthermore, because I know some people be like, oh, well, you know, they probably, the powers that be, the Illuminati made them say that because those rituals really be happening. All right. Well, explain why he went and bet on himself. He knew that the odds were heavily against him because people thought he was going crazy. So not only did it help social media wise, but it also turned into hey, I'm gonna bet on myself and win a bag off myself because people think I'm crazy. Now, let's get something straight. I'm not the person that doesn't believe that weird shit and satanic shit like that be happening in Hollywood. I know that shit happens. I know it does. But it's the certain individuals that come out of the woodworks to say these certain things and how they describe these things and the things that they do following up to it that make me believe or make me believe it or make me don't believe it. There's some people out here who you can tell went through some shit. And it's because of how they deal with it and their mannerisms and how they speak on the instances. This guy said all this shit and somehow came unscathed, won the match. Like this does seem like a play to me. It seemed that way the first time it happened. It was like some of the first things people were saying after they seen him going crazy on the internet. Oh, he's doing this to try to get out of the fight with Haney. Oh, he's doing this to try to, come on, man. We are living in the social media era. People know how to get a rise out of the public. They know how to bring the odds in their favor just by doing wild shit because they know people are entertained by it. What do you think has been happening over these past few years when it pertains to those type of rituals? People have been bringing these things up for a minute. They've been talking about this. So, of course, it's still going to be a hot topic. Conspiracy theories are always going to be a hot topic. And if you know how to play it to your advantage, just like this nigga Ryan Garcia did, well, you may come up 20 million. Now, after the fight, Floyd Mayweather and Devin Haney's father, Bill Haney, got on social media together to discuss their issues. This was very interesting because I didn't know that these guys had issues in the first place. I watched a little bit of this and I got turned off immediately because of the simple fact of what they were arguing. We have Bill Haney here, whose son just lost in a very horrible fashion to Ryan Garcia. So, of course, his emotions are still hypersensitive. And you have Floyd jumping on the live to ask what his issues are with him. This is how this went.
Is that you? Talk to me.
Appreciate you, Sean, for the 8 in the Cash App, man. I appreciate you for supporting, man. Much love.
It would be the AI version if you wanted to be. No, I mean, family. Is well, I mean the PF. I mean, why they F? No, because I got the social. I let somebody else run that social media page. When I want to get on that, I get on that. But it's one of my guys. What's going on, family? One of your one of your guys. Yeah, I mean, you call one of my guys. One of my you call for me. Yeah. So I need to know. I called you. I've been reaching out to you to let you know. I ain't never had nothing against you. When did me and you go wrong? When did me and you start having beef? I don't know. I don't know how much do we have a beef? Because you seem real like you aggressive or something about it. Last time me and you. Wait a minute. What kind of beef do we have? I'm saying a disagreement. What do we have a disagreement about? What do we have a disagreement about? You tell me. I never had nothing against you. Now, if I'm not mistaken, let's talk. I seen you in Miami. Last time I seen you in Miami before. We kicked it. You said what's up, I said what's up. We kicked it, we had a good time. Now all of a sudden it seems like Bill Haney is my enemy. Like I ain't got nothing against Bill. Listen, I don't know if I'm your enemy or not. I don't claim to be your motherfucking enemy. I don't care nothing about being nobody's enemy. You know who I am. You know what I'm saying? You know how I fuck with it. But if you was my enemy, then you would feel like that. Do you feel like I'm your enemy? I'm just asking a question. No, I'm asking. This ain't, we ain't no pissing contest. Does it feel like that? I don't. I'm asking you. I feel like, listen, I've been knowing you for hella long, but I feel like you're a bullshit ass nigga. You see what I'm saying? Okay. That's how I feel like it. Me myself, personally. You know what I'm saying? By your action. And so, let me tell you by your action. Wait. That's cool. Wait, PB. You wanted me to tell you? I feel like you're a bullshit ass nigga based on your actions about everybody that's been in the town that's been down with you. You dig what I'm saying? They doing dirt ball bad. Ain't nobody doing real good fucking with you. You dig what I'm saying? Now, you told me that you was going to show me what you can do with Tank. You always kept telling me, Tank. You see what I can do with Tank. Listen, brother, you see what I done did with my son. If you really, that's what you really been whispering. But when you went to go talk and do the deal, it wasn't something that he felt like that he wanted to get no monthly. He wanted to be a boss. So the deal didn't happen. But I mean, I don't want you to sit up and talk like you like some hellified nigga. You've been doing some hellified shit for the streets, or like you done been there for me, or like we 100% high level. Nigga, I take care of everybody around this motherfucker. I take care of my son. And you've been hating on me for a long time with that shit. You've been blocking like a motherfucker. You know you have. But listen, what you mean, huh? What do you mean, huh? What the fuck you mean? You won't even stay. You'll look at you. But
So mind you, this guy was just getting done saying that he wasn't this man's enemy, but he had all of this animosity towards him and feelings towards him which leads me to believe that, of course, Floyd was right about how this nigga felt. Even though he said he just seen him and everything was cool, all of a sudden this came out of nowhere, which leads me also to believe, because he said, oh, you acting like you this hellified nigga and you this and that and you do all this shit for people. Something tells me that he's seen maybe a video or interview or something of where Floyd was talking about the stuff he does for people, and for some reason it made this man feel a certain type of way. I'm going to let you hear what made me feel a certain type of way about this conversation. The reason why I'm playing it in the first place, because this is about a mentality I so desperately wish grown-ass black folks would get out of. I understand the youth being immature and trying to believe in the streets and believe in what is more important, either the streets or financial stability. But grown-ass men sitting here having a conversation, and a matter of fact, you sitting across from somebody that could actually help you learn something about some type of financial gain in this industry, or maybe even give your son some help. Because, you know, I'm not saying Devin Haney's he's not a bad fighter at all. Not even in the slightest, not even by a fraction. But that don't mean he can't get better. I thought the whole point was to continue to improve. See, people get comfortable in where they are. This spins back to the conversation we had at the top of the show. People get comfortable because of the notoriety, because they've won so much, but because they did all this, people don't understand. Floyd Mayweather continued to win his fights, not only because he was a great boxer, but because he continued to get better at his craft. You don't get the type of record that man got. You could say whatever you want. You could talk about his opponents. You could talk about whatever it is that he did, but you don't get that record by just being complacent. You continue to work hard and continue to get better at your craft. He's talking to somebody that has the knowledge and ability to help somebody in that way, but he's talking about the streets as if that shit matters. Do you know how so far fucking removed Floyd Mayweather is from the street shit? Like that even matters to him in the slightest. Matter of fact, shout out to M Bull in the Cash App, man. This man sent 75 in the Cash App. Holy moly, donut shop. I appreciate you, brother, for appreciating me on this good Wednesday afternoon, man. Thank you for supporting the GMS show. Like I said, if you want to support, you can in a big way. The Cash App is in the description below, as well as posted in the chat in a minute. Thank you, my brother M Bull in the chat. M Bull with the 75 in the Cash App. Let me let y'all hear how this man went off the rails over here, sounding like Sharp from No Jumper.
But I'm saying this though, everybody that I got something against, or just like you said, I'm gonna say it to their face. And you know that's the kind of nigga I've been. Listen, you've been carrying that bullshit that you've been doing for nothing, nigga, and I'm not gonna kiss your ass. Nigga, you know I'm not gonna kiss your ass. Period. Hey, and listen, for every nigga.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that. Young Zay said, you talking like you know them. Can't judge Bill for a small online clip with Floyd. Thank God this clip is 11 minutes long. It's not even just a 2-minute, 3-minute clip. I'm going to show you why I feel the way I feel about this situation. Just be patient. I'm not just talking just because we sitting here and I'm talking. I watched this clip. So just give it a second. Give it some time. And you'll see what I mean.
For every nigga, Mac,
Bill, you had the floor.
Listen, I'm saying, Mac.
Bill, when can I get the floor? Bill, when can I get the floor?
Okay, I'm gonna let you get the floor. Whether it be Mac, whether it be S Mac, whether it be all the bad niggas, whether it be my nigga from up the way, from Oakland, you know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, nigga, a lot of niggas. You know what I'm saying? So you popping it, so nigga, when I pop it, what's the problem? Because other niggas don't pop it. You know what I'm saying? You pop it 1,000 times. Nigga, you was talking about that sparring shit. Nigga, you beat niggas up in sparring. I didn't watch you beat niggas up. And when my son got down on you, you dig what I'm saying? You act like, you tell us, Bill,
Bill, if your son is undefeated in the gym, congratulations. Congratulations that you got an undefeated fighter in the gym. I'm not.
That's not it.
I'm the under the light
fighter. I got a nigga that don't lie. I got a nigga that don't lie, nigga, 100% of the time.
Can I ask you a question? Bill, let me ask you a question. What's my record under the lights? What's my record under the lights?
tell you, but listen, what's your record in life, nigga?
No.
Yeah,
Get
nigga.
down to it.
Yeah, what's my record?
What is
Nigga,
my
what's my
record?
record in life? Nigga, what's your record under the lights? Nigga, every 50 of your opponents
My
will
record
say,
in life, my record in life is undefeated.
Nigga, listen, huh? You said what? You said in life
My
you
record
undefeated.
in life is undefeated.
Nigga, come on, man. What are you talking about your record in life? Nigga, who you talking to? Who you talking? You trying to tell these people that you don't take no L's? Nigga, you take L's around this motherfucker. I done took L's. Nigga, my son took L. Nigga, we take L's. What the fuck you talking about? You keep running around this motherfucker acting like that you the only one like
When
your shit
somebody
don't
died,
stink,
when
nigga.
somebody died, when you lose a loved one, of course we take an L. You just took an L. And when you
Nigga,
and I'm not talking about in the ring. We're not talking about in the ring.
And I know
remember
I'm not
this,
taking-
Bill.
I ain't never been in no ring. I ain't
I've
never
always,
been in no ring.
Bill, I've always
You
been
keep flexing
respectful
that
to you.
punk ass 50 and 0, nigga. I'm 50 and 0 in these streets, nigga. I got love in these streets, nigga. Fuck your 50 and 0 with that boxing shit, nigga. That shit don't mean nothing.
Being 50 and 0 in the streets don't mean nothing either. I'm sorry to break the news to you, my good sir. Now, I'm not here to try to make Bill out to be a bad man. I'm not trying to say that he didn't do a good job as a father, because look where his son is. Clearly, he had bigger plans for his son and trying to lead him in the right path in life, so I respect that. But that type of shit, when you go back to that mentality and when you think that that shit means anything, it doesn't. It doesn't. And then you clearly see the difference. This man's talking about 50 and 0 in himself and what he accomplished in his boxing career. You talking about 50 and 0 in the streets, what shit ain't never got you paid. It ain't never got you no financial stability. It ain't bring you no type of anything. A good name amongst the people that you know. You can get that without being a animal in the streets. That ain't the only way black men can get a good name in the streets, by doing fuck shit in the streets. Unless I'm mistaken. Am I wrong or what?
Bill, I ain't gotta get. We ain't gotta have a pistol contest. Bill, I ain't gotta be. I ain't gotta talk to you crazy. You know why?
I just pissed a little bit longer than you, nigga. What you talking about? We started pissing. You started pissing. I started pissing, nigga. What are you talking about?
Bill. At the end of the day, listen. I called to find out what is your problem with me, because I don't have no problem with you.
I'm for the streets, nigga. Do something for the streets, nigga, and then I'll be cool. I'm cool. I'll stop saying something, nigga. If it was some hellified street niggas that was up around you that say, nigga, he got us, then nigga, I'll be, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, I talk shit, but I don't mean nothing. I'm just doing some comedy shit, my nigga. I don't dislike you. It's just comedy shit, my nigga.
Bill,
now it's comedy.
Bill, is me and your ultimate goal is to help our kids go to the next level, or is our ultimate goal is for us to go against each other? You tell me.
I don't know. I mean, are you helping your kids? I don't know. You know what? You can see my work. You can see my work. You see what I do. You dig? You come up in there with that slow drag talking about that 50 and 0 under the lights. Nigga, fuck the lights, nigga, and that 50 and 0. You know that shit don't mean nothing in the street. If you ain't really pushing that line and your kids all right in these streets, nigga, you a hoe ass nigga. You see what I'm saying? Nigga, if your kids ain't all right in the streets, nigga, take them little niggas out the streets. What the fuck are they still doing over there? I wish you would keep bringing your son, a motherfucking champion in his right, to the streets to teach him what? What, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is this obsession? What is the obsession with this shit? You saw how Floyd, with a sensible mind, tried to bring this back to something that could potentially end up being cordial. Hey, are we here to improve our sons and make them better, or are we here to beef with each other? This man went right back to this nigga's record. To me, that seems like some envious shit. That seems like some envious shit, because this nigga pulled his record out, but really, he can do that. Nigga, if I'm 50 and 0, nigga, you ain't never gonna hear the end of that shit. In boxing? 50 and 0 in boxing? I don't give a fuck what you think about my opponents, nigga. That's my record, nigga. I was like, this is what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand that type of energy where you feel like the streets are valid in this conversation. Let me ask you a question, sir, Mr. Bill
Bill Haney. With the respect that your son has in the streets, did that help him win his boxing match against Ryan Garcia? Huh? I just want to know. Because the streets mean everything to you in this instance. I'm assuming the streets mean so much to you, and it holds more weight than an actual record in the field that your son is in. Tell me what the streets did after after Devin lost. What happened? Did his street card get revoked? Did it reset? What happened? What part did the streets play in this? Because you would have thought that niggas had superpowers the way that they uphold the streets. And the way that they believe in these street myths. I don't get it. Subliminal Frequency said, he has hit the wall. Nobody want to hear this street-ish all the time. IVR said, when a dude's resume doesn't measure up to the dude that he's arguing with resume, the default defense is always, I got love in the streets. I got the streets. Broke nigga talk. That is a fact. That is a fact. When niggas see the lopsidedness in their in their defense, they gonna always bring up the streets, because low key, it's not even about the love they have in the streets. They just want you to believe that they somebody tougher than who they say they are. It's about the tough guy act. At the end of the day, it's about being tough. I'm tough. People love me in the streets. People know me in the streets. I'm tough. That doesn't mean anything in the real world. What you just saw was the real world mentality versus the street mentality. Which one you choosing? Now, speaking of street mentality, listen to this shit right here, man.
New at 4, a popular rapper is facing over 6 charges after he was arrested in Cache County.
Kentrell Deshaun Golden, otherwise known as NBA YoungBoy, was booked into the Cache County jail just yesterday before 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And according to police documents, NBA YoungBoy is a suspect in a large-scale prescription fraud ring. This ring is known to try to acquire promethazine with codeine. Police also say that they suspect they call multiple pharmacies pretending to be someone else and try to get this drug.
NBA YoungBoy was arrested.
Shout out to the business for the 10 and the cash app. Appreciate you, man, for supporting the GMS show the big way, man. Shout out to the business. Shout out to y'all, man. Y'all really are supporting, man. Y'all know we are not monetized over here. We are not making no dollars from YouTube over here. We are doing this strictly for the people. So if you want to support in a big way, you can donate to the Cash App. It's up there in the chat and also down below in the description. Appreciate everybody that has donated to business. Illmatic. Who else is in here? Sean Mims. All y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. Let's keep going.
Tuesday and denied involvement in the ring. However, law enforcement searched his home and found prescriptions matching those fake patients and prior fraudulent pharmacy investigations. He's in jail without bail.
Now, if you didn't catch that, NBA YoungBoy is in jail right now. He has been locked up on 63 new charges. We're talking about somebody who was already on house arrest. He was already confined to his home in Utah. This man, all he had to do was sit at home, make music that people was going to listen to anyway, regardless if it was trash or not, and continue to make his dollars and be at home, maybe even rehabilitate. Try to get yourself off the lean shit, because you know that your career is in a trajectory where it's going to continue to go upwards and continue to improve, but yet these niggas do not learn. Basically, what this man was allegedly doing was contacting the pharmacy, giving them false names, him and his associates, and allegedly going and picking up these prescriptions in these false names and bringing them back. But here's the thing, because lean has become such an uncontrollable overused drug by so many people. And because of the fact that it used to go from, oh, they had this shit on the counters to, oh shit, we got to put it behind the counters to, oh shit, these niggas, these old drug addict teenager ass little niggas is running here with shiesty masks and taking all the lean and promethazine from behind the counter. We have to take this shit out the pharmacy. And the only way you can get it now is by prescription. And if you do get it by prescription, you can only get so much because they don't want you to be addicted to it. These guys were doing it multiple times a day, trying to get the max amount of lean promethazine a week. And because they drink so much of it, these dudes had to continue to do this shit every week. And because it became a red flag to the pharmacy, they notified the right authorities, and now they've opened up an investigation, and they have this man down as being the main culprit and getting these drugs in the house. Also, when they raided his house, they found a gun that belonged to his girlfriend, and this dumb nigga told them that he picked it up one day. This man is a felon on house arrest. He is not supposed to be touching firearms, and he told these people that he picked it up. I don't know if it was the lean. I don't know if it was him trying to continue on this hard exterior persona from the streets. I'm this gangster, I'm this goon, whatever the fuck he's trying to do. But I think he just fucked himself over completely. And NBA YoungBoy is not going to be seeing the light of day for a while. They have been giving this man chance after chance. He even called it himself in one of his recent interviews, talking about how he belongs in jail. It's just a place that he's just going to end up at. He knows his fate. He doesn't care if he had an opportunity to change his life and his family's lives and everybody around him. He doesn't care about the influence he had. He doesn't care about the fact that he became such a big artist that he can just release music at any time, tour at any time, make all this money. But the streets, you got to continue to try to prove yourself to the streets. You see what I mean? I told you I'm good at this shit. We went from the Bill Haney shit to this shit for a reason. The street mentality has to die within our community. Leave that to them white boys and white girls and Mexican niggas and Asian niggas. Leave it to them. Let them be the face of this shit for a while. Why does it have to be us after we continue to see the repetitiveness of what happens at the end? So many young black men and women get the opportunity of a lifetime and blow it. And I know part of these reasons is because they don't have the knowledge, or nobody's teaching them at a young age how to maintain or how to get these things. They don't get this knowledge, and it's crazy because it's also calculated by these labels in the industry. Why do you think the bigger genres are the more ignorant genres? They want these ignorant niggas to come into the game so that they can sign them to these 360s, or that they don't have no financial literacy to the point where they can actually gain something and build on it and continue to make money for themselves without having to work type shit, and pass it down to their families, or even get their families on the same train to continue on what do you call it? Generational wealth. They don't get to that point because they're not being taught that, and because once they get a part of this industry, all they're thinking about is how to one up the next nigga. Oh, they gotta have the next best thing, the next best jewels, next best outfits, these different brands, these different cars, these different houses. Shit that we thought these niggas was paying cash for. These motherfuckers is doing the same shit we doing. They renting, they leasing, they only putting a little bit down. And like, you know what I'm saying? Like, these niggas owe money on their jewelry. It's crazy the type of shit that we see as, oh, these niggas got it, when really in behind the scenes, these niggas struggling just like us. They just end up having millions. And that's the thing people don't understand too. When you get millions, it doesn't mean that you just have millions for the rest of your life. You have to try to maintain that. They continue to go for these ignorant little niggas out here who don't know shit because they don't want that in our community. They know that the potential and the amount of money that is made off of this genre alone could help people gain generational wealth. But yet these niggas continue to spend it on fuck shit and then wonder why they don't have shit in the end. Then try to go back and cry to the labels and talk about how all they need they publishing and they need this and that. Sometimes I want to support these guys, sometimes I don't, because it's like, damn, how many of y'all gonna be told this over the years and still actually be blind to it when you get in the actual position to sign a contract or negotiate a contract? You don't keep the millions you have by spending it. You have to invest. You have to build businesses. You have to do something with it so that your money can you can. What do they say? Your money makes money for you. Start studying certain shit. Find out a way, man. That shit just pisses me off because it's like you got another top artist here who's throwing his entire career and life away over some lean. That's how bad the drug addictions is getting out here in these fucking streets. These niggas is so cracked out on everything that they think it's a necessity, and it's not. Shout out to Black Man for the 5 in the Cash App. I appreciate you, brother. Shout out to Black with the $5 in the Cash App, man. Y'all really are supporting for real today, man. I really, really appreciate y'all, man. Shout out to y'all. Now, speaking of rappers who have lost their way, Meg Thee Stallion is being sued by her former cameraman for allegedly forcing him to watch her have sex in a moving car. He claims Megan told him to never speak about the incident. Don't ever discuss what you saw. Now, this is the crazy part about this whole thing. Now, this is a guy who was Meg Thee Stallion's cameraman who has a lawsuit out right now against her and Roc Nation, I believe, and he's claiming that it was an incident when they were in Ibiza on vacation where she told him, hey, don't you tell nobody about this shit, and proceeded to have sex in a car and made him watch. Interesting. Now, of course, the other Meg the Cunnif, the one that followed the Tory and Meg situation altogether, she went out and she did her due diligence trying to find out what happened. She said a new lawsuit has been filed against Meg Thee Stallion, and my ads have been blowing up because of it. Yeah, because you are the main person that was helping spring forward this whole process with Meg and Tory. Anyway, she said what's going on and blah, blah, blah on her YouTube channel, but fuck her YouTube channel. She said, here's the complaint against Roc Nation and Meg Thee Stallion, which, as I explained in her YouTube video live, is an employment lawsuit over Garcia being classified as an independent contractor, not a sexual harassment lawsuit. And she said, as she explained on her live, she has big plans. Oh, fuck your big plans. Here's another more of these. So this is where the whole sexual assault or the hostile work environment claim came about. Here's the documents right here. Defendant violations. It says, this is number 13 of the document. It says, on or around June 22nd, plaintiff was traveling on tour with Stallion in Ibiza, Spain. After a night out, plaintiff, Stallion, and 3 other women were riding in an SUV together. Suddenly, Stallion and one of the other women started having sex right beside plaintiff. Plaintiff could not get out of the car as it was both moving and he was in the middle of nowhere in a foreign country. Plaintiff was embarrassed, mortified, and offended throughout the whole ordeal. Okay, so this nigga was definitely gay. You know what? Allegedly, not definitely. I take that back because, you know, niggas nowadays, some of these niggas, they like to stay in the closet. I don't know if it's confirmed or not. I ain't go that deep into the story. Pause. No diddler. I didn't look this nigga up, so I didn't go to his Instagram. You know, sometimes you can tell right away. But if I'm hearing a story like this and a nigga said he felt embarrassed and mortified because 2 bitches started getting it on right next to him in the back seat, he's definitely, allegedly, a claw machine grabber. This nigga be grabbing torpedoes out his ass. I know that much. The following day, Stallion inquired whether plaintiff was in the SUV the previous night. Plaintiff confirmed that he was in the SUV. Subsequently, Stallion instructed, "Don't ever discuss what you saw." Stallion berated and directed her fat-shaming comments toward plaintiffs such as "fat bitch," "spit your food out," and that you don't need to be eating. Now, here's the thing, man. We've seen a similar situation as far as allegations against a female artist from one of the people that worked with her and how that turned out, aka Lizzo be eating. Some of her dancers and former colleagues have come out to speak on some of the treatment that they've had and some of the things that they've endured with Lizzo, and this whole thing was viral for about a week. And then after that, people just kind of just shut the fuck up about it, and we didn't hear much anything else about the situation, if there was a lawsuit in place, if she's in court, or if these women even exist anymore. Now we have a Megan Thee Stallion situation that I know is going to go in the same exact direction as that, because not only do you have an influential lawyer or whoever this Megan Cunniff lady is directing the narrative, you also have the fact that Megan has a huge support system behind her of people that don't want to see her lose because of the Tory Lanez situation. So what is going to happen is they're going to totally disregard this man's situation, and if this even happened, trust me, this whole believe all women and believe all victims and all this other shit, it gets thrown the fuck out the window when there is a woman involved in the situation who is the perpetrator and not the victim. That is a fact. Now, Megan's lawyer put out a statement today. He said, "This is an employment claim for money with no sexual harassment claim filed and with salacious accusations to attempt to embarrass her. We will deal with this in court." Also, Megan said the lines between law firms and PR agencies continue to blur, with some law firms appearing to be little more than PR agencies with law licenses and court filing capabilities. I touched on this on my shit yesterday. Also, it says Garcia's Instagram, which is the plaintiff, the person that is suing Meg Thee Stallion and Roc Nation, still has a lot of photos from his times with Megan, including during the Ibiza trip, that appears to be the basis for the hostile work environment, which also she's showing pictures of him having a good time, which some people will call that victim blaming, but it's not victim blaming because it's a man, and probably disregarding the fact that he's a gay man. I thought being gay in this society really helped you out, but not in this situation, nigga. You going up against Meg Thee Stallion. She done had too many people in support of her. That gay shit is out the window. Now you just look like a nigga that's complaining, and now these niggas are saying the shit is not true. And it's crazy how that shit goes, man. It's crazy how the shit goes. A motherfucker can make a mistake or do whatever the case may be and be judged for it for the rest of his life, but these niggas can go and have these allegations up on their head and have these people report these stories, and immediately all the same women that will sit there and try to demonize a nigga and make him guilty in the court of public opinion will sit up there and tell a nigga he's lying or say that he's a bitch because he didn't join in. You know what I'm saying? Like, the double standards are crazy. And speaking of that, we have Jill Scott. Jill Scott has been up against these fake outraged individuals who got mad because she simply gave Chris Brown his flowers as an artist. She didn't say Chris Brown was an exceptional human being that ain't never made no mistakes. She didn't say that this nigga would never hurt a fly. She didn't say none of that shit. She went on her Twitter page and said, "Chris Brown is amazing. How does anybody sing like that? Dance, look, act, and rap like that? Beyond gifted. It appears exceptional people have to go through exceptional fire. There's nothing to debate." Well, Miss Jill Scott, with them triple Z's, I just want to say, you were sadly mistaken by "there is no debate," because surely there was enough debate in these comments for her to last for 2 weeks. And it already became overwhelming. See, people already jumped into her comments instead of realizing that she was just giving this man his flowers as a great entertainer and artist, they immediately saw the pictures of Rihanna's face after she was brutally beat by that man. So what people like to do is go on the internet and say, hey, I think women he's abused would disagree. To which Jill Scott said, I doubt it. My mother's ex-husband was a mean, violent human, and he could lay foundation better than anyone in my city. What he did with cement was awe-inspiring. We got away. We got a raise and pray. He got a raise and praise for his ability. God dealt with the rest. So you talk about somebody being honest and truthful in their situation, in their story, and what they went through in their life, and people sitting up here trying to discredit her and call her what? Somebody said, I love you, Jill, but he has so many domestic abuse cases. It's ridiculous. We can't look past that. She said, I love you too. I'm not here to fight any more else's battles. If since women hear the stories, they should avoid that street. Running backwards and moving traffic makes 0 sense. Therapy for every damn body. Common sense and logic do not ring bells in society anymore. Because somebody replied right after that, not Jill Scott victim blaming other women, scratching my damn head. Where is your social media manager? Victim blaming? Where did she victim blame? She didn't victim blame anybody. She didn't say it's Rihanna's fault. She didn't say it was Karuchi's fault. She didn't say any of that. She's saying that if any of you bitches see or hear this shit is going on, quit trying to date that nigga. Like, what the fuck? Like, listen, if I'm Karuchi and I'm hearing that this nigga's toxic and I seen that he beat the shit out of Rihanna and I'm hearing that he's this way with women, I'm not finna get involved with this nigga. So on and so forth. That's just common sense and logic. But see, people like to live in fairy tales. They like to think that they can change people or that they may be special enough for this person not to treat them the same way, forgetting that human characteristics exist. So if Chris Brown is a fucking animal and he's a horrible person, why do you niggas keep trying? That's what she's saying. And if y'all don't know that he's continuing on to do this shit with other women, why are you still putting this on his jacket? See, you know what's crazy to me? Imagine you are Rihanna, somebody that went through this traumatic incident where you get beat to a pulp. Everybody sees the pictures via TMZ. Everybody knows what you went through. And you have to go through months and years of trying to get past this and get over it and actually heal from this whole situation physically and mentally to the point where you can move on with life without even caring about the situation anymore because you have let the chains of that trauma be released from you so that you can live your life and be in a relationship, have kids, become a billionaire, and live. Only to have these niggas on the internet continue to bring up your trauma every day because they think that they're doing you a service. Do you understand how immoral that is? Do people even see how disrespectful it is to re-traumatize somebody? It's not Chris going on the internet every day talking about what he did to Rihanna. It's you motherfuckers. Y'all keep bringing this shit up. Y'all are re-traumatizing this woman. Y'all don't know if she got over it. Y'all don't know if it still hurts. Y'all just bringing it up because y'all want to demonize another nigga for what he did. And y'all thinking y'all doing it as being an advocate, but has anybody ever asked her or anybody ever confirmed that they want this shit to continue? Like if Rihanna came out right now and said, I don't like the fact that people continue to bring this up and re-traumatize me in this situation, do you think these same motherfuckers will give a damn at that point, they'll disregard her because of how much they want to talk crazy about Chris Brown. It's never really been about Rihanna. It's been about the fact that people have a space to go to on the internet so that they can get away from their faults in real life. We talking about shitty human beings sit on the internet all day talking about what somebody else did bad because they want the weight of somebody else's fault to outweigh their faults in real life. Once that scale tips up this way and these motherfuckers realize they up here compared to what this nigga did, they gonna spend their time not working on themselves, not trying to get away from their own demons, but talk about other people's demons so that they can escape their own. There's no reason why what Jill Scott said about this man as an artist and entertainer sparked this entire shit to the point where she had to come back and say, walked away, came back, Googled, read tweets, listened to friends, and considered the state of us as a whole. Some led with love. You gave me perspectives and to consider and directive. Thank you. Some of you only want the highs of war. You may, have the war. She said, I thank you all for loving, supportive comments and helpful ones too. We may not understand our elders or youth, but guide lovingly. If you're gonna do anything at all, put grief, rage where it can be purposeful. Go support a woman's shelter. I do, been doing it. That's another thing. A lot of these fake outraged and extreme feminists be on the internet trying to talk crazy about somebody's opinion who has a nice sized bank account, who will go out here and actually put money where their mouth is and actually support women out here in bigger ways than just being on the internet putting up hashtags. You get what I'm saying? So while Jill Scott has always been an advocate for women and have always been supportive of women, one tweet disregarded all of that because of these fake outraged bitches. And I don't like that shit. And I'm going to continue to disrespect as long as I can. Because y'all don't deserve the respect out here. Y'all fake outrage. Y'all don't give a damn about the actual subject at hand. Y'all only care about trying to make the top tweet. Y'all don't really feel this way genuinely in your heart. You just want to be on the internet to say some shit because you want your opinion to go viral. Fuck out of here, man. Now, speaking of somebody's opinion that went viral, Stephen A. Smith, for some reason, decided to hop his black receding forehead having ass on Fox News with Sean Hannity and say some stupid ass shit about Trump like this.
He wasn't lying. He was telling the truth. When you see the law enforcement, the court system, and everything else being exercised against him, it is something that black folks throughout this nation can relate to with some of our historic, iconic figures. He wasn't lying.
He was saying basically that Trump, what he's going through, he can relate to black people because black people have went through this. Basically saying that this is an injustice that what Trump is dealing with. Now, please believe me, you're on a right-wing television show, news program, with right-wing conservative Republican viewers and politicians who all believe that there is black privilege, that black people commit crimes and don't get in jail because of it because Democrats run everything. They also believe that there is no such thing as white privilege. They also believe that if you just comply and listen and obey police that they won't beat you or try to kill you. They believe all this shit. But see, the thing is they only believe it because it supports their narrative against the opposition. Stephen A. Smith can say this, and because the backlash came from the community and from other people out here on the opposition of the Republicans and conservatives and extreme right-wingers, they will sit up here and say that what he's saying is right because it's opposing the other side. So because we're sitting here trying to say that it's not the same, they're going to say it's the same, even though they don't believe in their mind that black people get treated differently in America. Do y'all see the hypocrisy? Do y'all see why I don't sit on the internet and argue with these racist bitch ass niggas who drink mayo all fucking day? It's because they contradict themselves and because they are fucking kooks. These niggas are mentally ill. When you're racist and you are a white supremacist and you are a bigot, you are mentally ill and nothing you say makes sense. This is why you see the narratives out there in the streets as we speak. Niggas say there's black privilege. You can combat that with simply letting them know the disproportionate population in the prison system. You can't tell me that the prisons, these are the same people that will bring up statistics. They'll plaster statistics about crime, who commits the most crime and who does this, and and who's the most population in the prison systems. They'll always bring up black people, but then for some reason shit shifted in 2020, and now all of a sudden black people can commit crimes and don't gotta go to jail for it. Nigga, which one? Pick a fucking side of the goalpost, you kook ass, bitch ass niggas. I hate you racist pieces of shit with your mayonnaise cauliflower colored skin and your Confederate flags that you use as toilet paper on a daily basis because you don't believe that you should use Scott tissue because it's made by a nigger. Pieces of shit. Now, Stephen A. Smith heard what was going on. He saw the backlash that came from this shit, and he decided that he was going to speak on it. He needed to apologize once again to his black community because he knew that what he did was wrong. This is what Stephen A. had to say. Listen here.
I wanted to touch on something that I made news about just a few days ago. Let me say this, ladies and gentlemen. Accountability is where everything needs to begin in this world. It's something I say quite often. I certainly never hesitate to hold folks accountable when mistakes or mishaps occur, so I'm certainly not about to run from it myself. I'm fully aware that I've been in the news over the last few days, paraded all over social media as well, after comments I made during my appearance on Fox News' Hannity last week with the one and only Sean Hannity himself. And I'm fully aware of the outcry that has ensued because of it. A lot of folks in Black America seem pretty pissed at me right now.
Oh, really?
From friends and loved ones to colleagues, contemporaries, and dare I say even the NAACP itself. Quite a few folks were put off, if not flat out offended, after my words were interpreted as associating support for Trump from the black community with all the legal issues he's facing. For that, I sincerely apologize. To be clear, my words were misconstrued. I'm stating right here for the record that my—
Hey, I see you in the comments too. Shout out Infinite Umber. You see him right here at the bottom of the screen. He said, this isn't a real apology. Get over yourself, man. He said, man up to what you said and stop acting as if folks are unfairly misconstruing your poor words when we didn't. Yeah, that's right. That's right, Infinite Umber. Get on this bitch ass nigga.
My words were taken out of context, misrepresenting and depicting me in a way I found every bit as insulting and disrespectful as folks in Black America evidently felt about what they thought I said. But I'll own it anyway. Because you know, please know that I know the buck stops with me.
This is funny because just when he thought he was getting in good graces with black people, you know, he was trying to go against another fellow coonish man by the name of what's the big bitch name, man? What's his name, man? It's a big nigga, man. What's his name? Jason Whitlock. Yeah, Jason Whitlock. There we go. He was trying to go against him. You know, trying to wean his way in the good graces of the black community, but then all of a sudden decided that he wanted to throw all of that away by getting on Fox News with Sean Hannity of all people.
I'm in the communication business. I've been here for 30 years, so regardless of whatever interpretation that accompanies any words coming out of my mouth, the responsibility ultimately lies with me first and foremost before anybody else. I've always felt that way. I still do. I always will. period. Blacks who refuse to support Trump are aware of his history of issues. And we'll never forget how Trump claimed Obama, the nation's first black president, wasn't even qualified to hold office because he was born in Kenya, although Trump recanted the statement during his 2016 campaign run for the presidency. Yet Trump's dissenters were not the topic of discussion when I was talking to Hannity. The support he appears to be receiving in the polls was what was being discussed. 5 polls, count them, 5. Emerson, NBC News, Daily Goss, New York Times, and Rasmussen, all big national polls had Trump leading over the last few weeks. Plus, according to 538, recent local polls also put Trump ahead in battleground states. He's up 6 points in Michigan, Arizona, and Georgia each. Insofar as Trump gaining support in the black community, well, how about various publications with these headlines? The Chicago Tribune. This time, Trump really does seem to be making black voter inroads. Why? The Washington Post. Voters of color are shifting right. Are Democrats doomed? How about the New York Times? As black voters drift to Trump, Biden's allies say they have work to do. Axios wrote, Big Biden bummer. New York Times Siena poll shows gaps with key demographic groups. Wall Street Journal. Biden loses support among black men. The Hill. Biden losing support among black voters in swing states. Survey.
You never hear about white voters, Asian voters, Mexican voters, Russian voters. You don't hear about none of these other groups of voters, man. It's always us. Like they still treat us like we're some type of breed of animal that you need to try to like herd together for your support. Like, the fuck does the black vote really matter? You know what I'm, and not in the way don't take that wrong. Don't take that wrong. I'm saying it in the sense of, why aren't our votes considered to be just as important as everybody else's vote? Why don't they have the statistics on white voter shifts, Asian voter shifts, Mexican voter shifts? That's what I'm talking about. Why is it? And then on top of that, to try to act like these publications don't work for politicians, period, Republican and Democrat, to the point where they have to shift narratives. Nigga, nobody knows about the more support or not support that niggas be getting. We only told this shit. We are told this shit. Let's be honest. We are told this shit. All these headlines will shift opinions and shift narratives. We don't know. We don't see these statistics. We don't see the answers to this shit. We never do. We just get told this shit. I'm in a different realm of trying to understand shit because I don't like looking at statistics anymore when I realize that niggas be manipulating shit just to try to help narratives. I don't trust them. Government statistics, none of that. The day that I sat back and I looked at myself and said, hey man, I'm 30 years old. I've never in my life took a survey on behalf of me being black in this country. They've never asked me. I mean, and there's got to be several questions, right? You can't just leave it to one. They got to know about black people, and I'm a black individual. I've never got nothing in the mail. I've never had to go to a government center and check off boxes of what it is to be an African American, what we like, who we support. I've never had to do any of that. Now, with a show of ones and twos, one being you've gone through that, two being you've never gone through that, let's just see. Maybe you have, maybe you haven't. I just want to see the statistics in our chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you've done several surveys, not just one and not just two, a few. If you've done several surveys regarding being a black American in America, what it is that you like, what it is that you do, who you support, and put a 2 if you've never done that before. I want to see. Because if they're telling me about black statistics and I'm clearly sitting here as a black man and them statistics ain't involved me, well then the statistics are off. You didn't include me. And you didn't include this nigga. And you didn't include Barbershop Matt. And you didn't include Jan Wynn. And you didn't include Blackfire Edits. You didn't include Subliminal Frequency. Who else didn't you include? You didn't include Arias. You didn't include Joe Blast. Seems like those statistics are failing by the minute. Dip Levine, damn, there's another one y'all didn't consider. Got Grits and Gravy, Kel Hill, another 2 black Americans in America who have never taken these surveys. C. Griffin, damn. In his 66 years of life, he has never been a part of any of these surveys or statistics that these niggas take of us, that we continue to see on the internet. Imagine that. So, just to prove my point, thank you for those who participated in the chat for helping me prove my point. Y'all missing a few people. So no, I don't trust none of these statistics. None of them. We don't have the answers, Sway. We are just given and told these answers. Now, seeing as we getting to the point of trying, the business says he took a survey. What kind of survey? Which multiple survey? I said multiple now. You got to remember what I said. Multiple. Because if we taking surveys as black Americans and they trying to find out who we are, what we like, who we support, then you gotta let me know which surveys you took, because we need some catching up. There's a lot of black people who need to catch up on these surveys and put in our 2 cents, because it matters. We are part of the black American community here in America. We need to participate in these surveys as well, man. Please point them my way. Now, this is the part where we share a few laughs at the end of the show. If y'all ready to laugh, man, put a GMS in the chat, because we got to get to this shit here. Few videos I want to show y'all. First and foremost, shout out to my big back community. My big back community. Everybody out there that is struggling to walk, who when you see food, you immediately start sweating. All of y'all big back bacon built niggas, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. This song is for you guys. Shout out to this man here. They didn't say who made the song. I wish I knew who made this song. We got to find this guy and we got to interview him on this show. We got to ask him what his process was when he made this. But clearly he was very inspired by what was in front of him. Shout out to this big back brother right here. And shout out to the big back community. This song is for y'all. Let's go. Titties on your back. Titties on your back. Look at that.
Big back. This tiny shirt.
Squeeze into this tiny shirt. My nigga got on shorts, but them shits look like loose jeans. Shout out to my big back brother right here, man. You know, this is an amazing song. And shout out to this generation for continuing to be creative, man. He could have been a nigga that was on the floor, tired and down and out, ready for a forklift to come pick him up and bring him to bed. But no, this nigga got in the studio and he dropped some fire.
Big back, big back.
Shout out to the big back community, man. Speaking of big backs, Drewski dropped this video, man. He was on his story the other day clowning, man. So he had this electric truck. He was driving on the highway and the electric truck just completely failed on him. And for some reason, he was stuck out there with 2 studs. And this is how it happened. Welcome to the GMS like section.
Yeah, man. I'm out here with my 2 stud girlfriends too, man. What y'all doing? Hey, shout out true.
Yo, true.
Yeah.
Irresponsible.
Chill, babe. Chill, babe. Chill, babe. Chill.
I ain't lying. Fuck me good, I'm throwing that shit back. I'm in saving.
Oh, nigga. Your little thick ass. I told you. Ralph Lauren me. Ralph Lauren, that's the people. Ralph Lauren.
Okay.
Oh, hold on. Head to toe. Head to toe. Head to toe.
I see it,
Now I say. I'm fresh as fuck. A nigga might shit though. Figure this a good time to show y'all the new whip. Yeah. I'm a pop, even though this hoe broke down on a nigga. Yeah, but the nigga ain't broke though. A nigga ain't broke. This motherfucker about to broke down. Nigga ain't broke though. Look at the detail, nigga. Yeah. Hey, grab the studs. We about to head on down here.
Grab the studs.
Come on. Hey, get the studs.
Nigga said get the studs.
Down here, we gonna make our own way. Come on. Hey, get the studs. Man, now we gotta walk. You brought your book bag. Your ass was ready for this shit. Real nigga. I know a real nigga when I see one too. What?
I got a hands out, nigga, nigga ass.
Beat a nigga ass, nigga. Yeah, beat a nigga ass. Yeah. Chill, nigga. Chill. You gonna put them panties in the wad. Chill, bro.
This nigga Juicy is an idiot, bro. Hey, shout out to Juicy. Shout out to the GMS fam. Shout out to all y'all that had pulled up today. Today was a dope show once again, as always. Shout out to everybody that pulled up and participated in the live chat. If you haven't, right now is your chance. Go ahead and hit the like button on your way out. Also, put a GMS in the chat if you enjoyed today's broadcast. Shout out to everybody that donated to the Cash App, man. Shout out to my nigga Black. Shout out to Business. Shout out to Illmatic. Shout out to Sean. Every single one of y'all that donated to the Cash App. I appreciate y'all so much for supporting the GMS show in a big way. We salute y'all, man, as always. Go ahead and put a GMS in the chat as you should. Smoke some if you got it. I'm about to get stoned. I'm about to get stoned. About to roll another one after this, motherfucker. Big back, big back. I'm about to get me some snacks. I'm about to go and get some snacks. Cause I'm a big back, big back, big back, a big back. You gotta go and get his fat ass a Big Mac. He about to go and get his fat ass some big snacks. Get some beef jerky, get some fucking snacks. Get some chicken, get some chips, get all of that. Get some pretzels with some peanut butter, fat bitch. Get some motherfucking Kool-Aid up in that shit. Get some cookies and some brownies and some sugar shit. You fat bitch. You fat back bitch. You fat bitch. Hey, that's the remix. Hey, that's the New York version. We gonna do the South Bronx remix. That's the South Bronx. The South Bronx. No, it's different. Fat bitch, the fat back bitch, the fat bitch, the fat back bitch. We got to do a remix just like that. Somebody send me the beat, nigga. Somebody send me the Bronx beat, man. I'm going to make a remix. The fat bitch, the fat back bitch, the fat bitch. Hey, shout out Aries, Baby G, shout out King Lukey, shout out Dip Levine, shout out Blackfire Edits, Jan Wynn, the Sheriff is Barbershop Matt, C Mo, Kel Hill, Subliminal Frequency, Vale is in the building, Hot One is in the building. All my GMS fam, thank y'all for showing up, showing out in the chat, supporting, doing everything that you do. I am blowed, and I am somewhere in space. So if you want to come fire me, you need a spaceship, my nigga. GMS fam, the Green Room, we out.